All right, we are finally, we are finally talking. All right, so I'm trying to get this stream out. This is like the second time I'm doing this stream, so don't mind me. A second time doing this stream. Second time doing this stream. A second. A second. All right, so now we have a 2 second delay. Uh, 2 second delay. I put the settings on to ultra low latencies, and everything is much more live than it was before. Let's see how this one works. So, reviewing the day, because I did this review a couple times, and it just pretty much failed each time I was doing it. So the point is, I woke up this morning and I was nimbling a couple of trades, and right now the market just opened, so we are and Kit was it. Kit and Peggy were the top gainers. Actually, I'm still watching Peggy if it goes over 225. Let me see Peggy 225. I'm watching that area. So I was buying this Kit thing in the morning, and my best long was 450. And I was reading the news, and the news initially said contract with no terms disclosed. So I'm like, whatever, if it's no terms disclosed, it's just gonna be a piece of crap. I'm watching Peggy over 225. Peggy watching 225. Crap,
PEGY.
crap, crap, crap. Better not. Better not break 225 without me. Anyway, so I'm watching this Peggy thing. Peggy 225. Is it gonna break? Whoa, that was freaking quick. Whoa. 227, I'm in. 227, I'm in. 237, I'm out. 237, I'm out. Come on, 237. Hit me at 237. Whoa, come on. Let's go, Peggy. Come on, Peggy. Hit me at 237. 235. Let's go, Peggy.
Indo.
Peggy broke 225. So I got long at 227 there. And I got out at 237. I'm trying to get out at 237. Why am I not getting out? There we go. 237. 237. It's just really 236. There we go.
PHG.
That's what I'm looking for. 225 to 237. Go, Peggy. Peggy's your birthday. Yay! Go, Peggy.
PEGY.
Peggy. I made 10 cents just now. That was $1,000. That was just. They're just keep ripping here. I pretty much turned on the ultra low latency, by the way, for YouTube. All right, so the delay is like it's like 1 second or whatever. It's not that much. So anyway, that was a great trade just now. 10 cents a share on Peggy. I turned on the ultra low latencies for YouTube, so I hope you guys are excited. Anyway, so I ended up just making 10 cents there, just watching that pre-market high. Let's see. What other stocks do I have to watch today? Peggy, what's Kids doing? Is it Kids dying? Indo's up. Let me see. Indo's up. Yeah, my computer's like really fast. I can like stream into low latencies, and like I can stream to Zoom. I can do all kinds of things. This is like a really fast computer. I thought I was gonna be done today, but this Peggy thing broke the pre-market highs of 225 and ran 10 cents. So I'm like, why not take 10 cents? Oh, does Peggy go over 245? I don't know. Be interesting. What is Indo's crapping down? So my best trade today was Kit. That's like my best trade today. Look at Peggy go. Go, Peggy. It's your birthday. Anyway, so I'm trying to be done today, but it's just I'm like I just put in like another 1,000 to my P&L just now. So anyway, just gonna go discuss my trades. I don't want to. I don't. This is just risky to buy up here. I'm not buying it up here. I bought the 225 dip, sold 237. 10,000 shares. That's 1,000. So that I'm done. That was the trade. Whether or not Peggy goes to like $3, I just don't freaking know. So reviewing the trades while I'm watching all these stocks. We're gonna be talking about my trades. My first trade while watching Peggy go to the moon. Is it going higher? 245. I already sold. So my Peggy trade, I was watching it over here as it broke. It got into my scans. I was buying it at 213. I had a 10-cent profit. I didn't take it, so I got stuck with flat. So now I bought it at 225 and sold it at 235. So my 10 cent was just locked in, and I did that on 1,000 shares. So 10,000 shares. So that, my initial trade was on 3,000 shares. I didn't take 10 cents, and now my other trade was on 10,000 shares, so I made 10 cents over here. My best trade, you can see here, my Peggy Long. My Peggy Long, 227 out 237. I have like really good speed keys in which I sell for 10-cent gains. I think it's Control W. That's my speed key to sell for 10 cents. Anyway, so my kit trade, this is also kit that is going up here, vertical here. Is that going over 6? I have to watch that. Kit is just halted on the way up. Holy smokes. Kit halted. Whoa. That's insane. Kit is just halted on the way up. Anyway, so my trading kit was pretty freaking simple because I was just, I initially when I saw this thing, so they bought the dip, looks like they bought the whole dip, and if not more the dip. Anyway, so I bought it. Let's review because this is like the third time I'm doing this video. So I bought it at 450, and I'm looking at, and then it comes back down to 440. I think I was into it too much size, and I just didn't trust it. And next thing you know, we had that red. I bought it at 450. So for 5 minutes, it was just hovering there, and then finally blasted off. So, I mean, this stock is really like a rocket. So my initial long was at 450. I made like 10 cents a share, which was retarded. I didn't really buy it here on the 470 break, and then it hit $5. Then I went short at 490. Then I covered my short because I saw this. Usually you have this pop and then a dump here. I thought I was gonna get a dump here, but I didn't get a dump. So they ended up holding. You can see here how this place will be the place where it goes to the crapper. The thing about the news is that I didn't read the news correctly because initially it said no terms disclosed, and like right here you see NASA Robotic announces additional contract with no terms disclosed. So in my opinion, it was just a piece of crap. And then after I went through the news, it said it had like a multi-million-dollar contract, and I'm like,
PEGY.
Multi-million contract with U.S. Defense Innovation Unit, but I trusted the price action. You can see this is the price action. This is what I'm good at. I'm good at identifying price action. And then I covered my short, went long. I fat fingered it, sold at 450. 550 from like a 510 long, made 40 cents a share, and now we're kind of just Peggy's going higher. Holy smokes. Holy Peggy. What's Peggy doing? Holy smokes. It's making higher. I made my 10 cents in Peggy. Anyway, so now we're halted on the way up. This kid thing is just a little bit more volatile than I'm used to, and it's a 30 milli float. Anyway, so those are my trades. Let's see if I can finger point it. Bought at 550, sold over here. Short bought it over. No, I bought it over here and sold over here, somewhere here, from here to here, and from here to here. Very crappy. I mean, if I just stayed long on this stock, I think I would have not
SHFS.
had any headache in kit, but I did not stay long. I was just, scared. I'm just scared to stay long for too long. I was just scared for some reason. I don't know. So kit is now halted on the way up. My Peggy trade was, what was my Peggy trade? My Peggy trade, you see here, was I bought it at 227, sold to 37. That was $1,000. So you can see here that initially kid I was short, covered my short, went long. Peggy, I made 10 cents on that. And in the morning we had one mover, SSPH. Crap, look at that. It's just ripping 250 in Peggy. I would not buy Peggy. Just keep in mind, I'm not buying any Peggy. So right now we have two movers, Peggy and Kit, and I traded both of them, which is great. That's what you should be doing. Trade the best ones, leave the rest, because there's no other ones moving. So right now, Kit is halted on the way up. So it'll be interesting if this is gonna be like a double top, or is just gonna go to the crapper. Kit is gonna unhalt at 947. No, 945. So what's Kit gonna do? I wonder what Kit's gonna do. Let me see if we can get some Kit. So it's been a green day, no doubt about it. But it's just I managed my risk correctly. I think I really am very happy that I was very quick to cover my little short with a long, and then I fat fingered it and went long. That's what I want to see. That's Peggy. All right. So Kid is
Kit.
about to unhalt. Kid is unhalting over. Wow, look at Kid go. Kid is just ripping there. Kid unhalted over $6, and that is just unreal, man. They're just eating that ask there. That is just unreal. Look at Kid go. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Look at Kitty go.
Tops.
I traded it correctly. I don't know where it's going. I'm just sitting here watching it. Oh my god. What if this goes to like 7? Are you feeling the FOMO? I'm not gonna get I'm not gonna get in it right now. I'm not getting in it. I made my trade. I traded the best tickers. I'm leaving at 10 o'clock. But that is just, that is just sick. Sick. Kit and Peggy. Let's see. So I put the low latencies for you guys on YouTube because the latency was like 7 minutes. And whoa, Tops is going up to the freaking moon. Tops broke yesterday's high of 650. Oh, freaking A, Tops. Oh man, I was buying Tops. You see Tops here? I was buying Tops at like 650.
Tops.
You piece of crap. I was buying Tops at like 650. I initially lost on Tops. Like $200. Damn thing broke yesterday's high of 650 and just ran to the moon. Oh my goodness gracious.
Kit.
Kit is halted on the way down. See, this is why I don't trade after like 10 o'clock and I don't trade any crazy ass movement like this. I cannot handle this volatility. I come in the pre-market, I make my money, I take 10, 20, 30 cents, and then I'm like, I cannot handle buying the pre-market breakout at like 6 and getting stuffed in like a 50-cent candle. This will probably give me like a heart attack. So while I'm looking at it, I'm not trading it. I mean, I'll show you what a good setup is. A good setup is this Peggy thing, buying the pre-market high, because Peggy's just,
AGFY.
you got a 5 milli float, you got a 30 milli volume, you got a lower float. Kid is like a 30k milli float. That's a huge freaking float. You can see here, Peggy's like a 5.5 milli float, and Kid is like a 30 milli float. So I'm not buying that. I wanted to buy some Tops. I did buy some Tops. I got stopped out in Tops. Whatever. So my P&L is like this morning. Let's see if we can get it together. So you can see here that
Tops.
Tops is going up. So you can see here that my Peggy 10-cent gain was over here. My kit was good. I was initially short. I flipped long. I fat fingered it long. And then you see all these minor trades here. I was just trying to wing it. So that was kind of like my day here. And I'm not trying to trade after like in the volatility. You should not be trading the first half an hour of the day. I don't like trading in the first half an hour of the day. Anyway, so make sure you sign up to my Zoom. Uh, my Peggy long was 213. And then I relonged it at 225, sold 235. Very nice. My kit long was at like 450 and then 510. I made that pretty good money on those. So make sure you sign up to live stream. Make sure you join. I mean, it's $100 a month.
SHFS.
You get me to see what stocks I'm looking at in the morning and my thought process. 7 to 10 a.m. I mean, you're looking for like a superhero. These freaking stocks, they don't have range during the middle of the day. So come in and watch the superhero. $100 a month, and we have extended my sale. We have extended my sale for about 10 more days. I have extended my sale to October 31st, 2022. $100 a month. Get into the Zoom chat room. Things are starting to pick back up. We have like another like 3. I think we're gonna have another 3 weeks, because the first week when everything started to be hot, people are like feeling FOMO. They might wire their account. They're struggling for cash. They might put in the money. Second week is gonna be good, and then the third week, kind of like momentum dies off, and everything's gonna be back to bearish. So right now we're like in an extremely bullish territory for this week, next week, and then the third week. After that, it's just gonna be
AGFY.
just choppy and probably gaps and craps. So look at Peggy go. Peggy, I did a nice trade on Peggy. I bought like the 227. You can see here that I bought like 227, sold 237. That was a great freaking trade. See here, 227, 237. I have like a hotkey for 10 cents. So you should be in the Zoom pre-market to buy these pieces of crap. Because, you had 2 opportunities, Kid, Peggy, and they were all... I was trading both of them this pre-market, because as soon as the bell rings, look at this volatility, Kit. You have to you have to... I mean, I can't handle this volatility. When did Kit halt? 9:47, so it's gonna unhalt at 9:52. All right, let's see what Kit is gonna do here. Is it gonna hold VWAP and just bounce off, or is it just gonna go to like 5 and just... Peggy's going to 250. 250.
Kit.
Oh crap, it's going down the drain. Yikes. It halted under VWAP. Oh crap. What's that low there? 504. This is why you trade with me in the pre-market, to avoid this choppiness and uncertainty of the overall market. Because you just gotta do it. Because trading is risky. Follow me blindly is no good. But focusing on what I'm trading is the key. Because if you don't focus on what is moving, you might as well, put your money in your checking account. Oh my God. Is Tops going to 550? 750s at Tops? Are you guys seeing this? I'm really amazed with Tops.
PEGY.
Tops is like going vertical. Did you guys see Tops? Look at Tops go vertical, man. Vertical. Tops is flirting with the pre-market high, which was 760. Oh my goodness gracious. So, it looks like Kid is going to Pound Town. It's Pound Town Incorporated here. Peggy's double topping at 250. Tops is moving up. You gotta trade what's hot. If you're not trading what's hot, you're just trying to do your own thing and stuff. It's just not gonna happen. So my P&L was 3K today. That is actually what I'm looking for. I'm looking for at least 2K per day. If I have 2K per day, because I average about 2K per day. So make sure you sign up. See me babble in the morning at 7 o'clock. Other than that, you're just going to be chopped out. Today seems like a choppy day. I mean, Monday you had vertical action. Tuesday you had going to the crapper action. And then in the middle of the day, something bounced. And then today, you're just gonna get You're just gonna get channel action. That's what I think we're gonna do. Today, we're just gonna get some channel action. Because that's how it works. It's never the same as it was yesterday. Market has moods. Market has flows. But if you want to be a bull or a bear, wake up in the freaking morning, jump into my live streams, and figure out how to do it. Because you cannot show up in a bearish day and be bullish. And you cannot show up in a bullish day and be bearish. And you cannot show up on a choppy day and be bullish. And you cannot show up in a choppy day being bearish. You know, it's just, you got to show up on the right day with the right plan, with the right stock, and whether buy it or sell it. So right now we're in a choppy day. I mean, everything already moved. Peggy just did a double top at 250. You might be choppy all day. You can sit here for 7 hours. It's just going to be in a 10-cent range. You know, Kid broke the highs and got flushed back down to lows. And then you got tops here that actually was a pretty predictable break of 650 here, and made $1.50 a share in tops. I'm like, if I just bought the tops, yesterday's high, because it wasn't my yesterday's watch list, you know, because I put everything in my watch list. If I bought tops at 650 and sold it at like 750, because it was on my yesterday's watch list, I could have been making like $1.50 a share.
CRKN.
So, but I didn't do that. So, but those are, you want to buy predictable setups. Because if you don't buy predictable setups, you're not going to have predictable profits. If you don't have predictable profits, you're not going to be here tomorrow. Predictable setups equals predictable profits. Predictable profits equals you still being here. Other than that, you'll just, lose money. So, you guys have a good one. It's been an awesome guys babbling here with you guys. My P&L is green today. It's over 2K. I traded well, and I'll come back in tomorrow to trade well again. Peace out. Guys have a good one. Today is probably the choppy day. Peace. You can stare at my P&L here, so you can so you can see what I traded and how I traded them for like the next 10 seconds. Let's see if I can zoom in there. Let's see, how can I zoom in there? Wait a minute. Where am I zooming in? There it is. There it is. Perfect. There we go. Trying to zoom in there. You're only good as your last trade. Well, you're only good as... Let me see. There we go. There we go. You can just stare at that. What I traded. Let's review.
IMBI.
Peggy, 10 cents. Kid going long at 450 and then 510. Made like 50 cents. Kid, I originally went short and died. Well, I would have really died if I would not have covered. SSPH, I made like 50 cents, but I only took 25 cents. That was on 1,000 shares. And TBLT and tops, well, I was buying tops in the pre-market. It just didn't go. and then it broke yesterday's high of 650, this morning, and it didn't broke in the pre-market, and then around 150. So, and TBLT, why did I trade TBLT again? TBLT, because I'm stupid. That's why I traded TBLT. I was nimbling at TBLT, which was a piece of crap. Look, it is a piece of crap. It looks like a piece of crap. It's like so many resistances. It has the greatest news on earth. Distribution agreement with 4 major retailers in Germany, and the stock goes down. So it's the name of the game. I traded TBLT, and I was nimbling at it. You gotta nimble your way in. You cannot just go all in into everything. You gotta come in with like 100 shares, come in with like 500 shares, come in with like 1,000 shares, come in with like, and if it keeps working, I mean, you have to nimble at your position. You gotta play with it like you play with a girl you're dating. First, you give her an ignore, then you send her a flower, then you ignore another 3 weeks, then you pretty much go with another girl, then you come back to, treat her to a nice dinner. It's just you gotta really be unpredictable and just follow your guts to win and make a big gain on your next trade. You gotta just come out with, like a rabbit out of your hat on every single trade, depending on how you feel and depending on your experience and depending on, your past trades. There's no one trade that's gonna make you rich. The best trade is probably the one after you lost a lot of money. Because you're like, yo, I cannot be here. If I keep losing, I'm just gonna lose all my account. So you guys have a good one. Check you guys later. I traded the best. I avoided the chop, and I left. That's what you should do. And then I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my life. Peace out. What time is it? Tops. Look at that. It's bouncing off the VWAP. That's a nice setup. I might as well bought some 7 tops there. I'm feeling just a little bit of FOMO there.